Hello everyone and welcome to Bullion Basics. First of all, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Irix Guy here on YouTube. I'm not an expert. I'm actually a novice when it comes to bullion investing. I started approximately 3 years ago, and throughout those 3 years I've learned a significant amount of knowledge that I'd like to share with everyone regarding how to purchase, in my opinion, the best way to purchase gold, silver, and copper as well. Okay, what you can see here on the left, all of these pretty colors, this is to the far right you're seeing SLV, which is an exchange-traded fund, also known as an ETF. That's the real-time buys and sells, level 2, also known as market depth. And off to the left, you can see the all of the level 2, all of the market makers there on the bid and ask side of SLV ETF. Currently is trading a little bit, right around $40.72 a share. Below that, you can see GLD, which is the gold ETF, currently at about $143.58 a share. And off to the left, you can see the level 2 market depth for the last sell information for the GLD ETF. So anyway, why does one purchase an ETF to gain exposure to precious metals? Well, one of the most common reasons is that an ETF can be traded through most any brokerage that a stock can be traded through. So it's convenient. Buy for a small commission, sell for a small commission. Well, convenience doesn't always trump security. And my opinion when it comes to trading precious metals is to stay away from the ETFs. And I know a lot of people will say otherwise, that I'm paranoid and there's no reason to have to find storage for several hundred ounces worth of bullion, of physical bullion, gold, silver, and copper, that it's so much easier to do this. Well, personally, when one and this is my opinion, and I don't want to make this the focus of this YouTube broadcast, but my personal opinion is that purchasing this is like putting your money in someone's bank account, assuming that they're going to provide you with that item that you purchase from them. So you're taking an extreme risk here, because if these people are naked short selling basically means, in layman's terms, naked short selling means that you're selling something you don't have. So if these ETFs are naked short selling and they become exposed, these ETFs are going to tank like wildfire. Anyway, do whatever you want to do. ETFs, I personally stay away from. Now here's what I do, and this is physical gold, silver, and copper. Okay, now I'm using ProvidentMetals.com as an example. I know there are several bullion dealers out there. From my experience, being a novice, I've got a great track record with these people. They've always delivered on time. Their shipping's affordable. They package things really well, and they deliver in a timely fashion. So here's what I would recommend. Initially, I began purchasing silver 1-ounce bars. OZT, which means 1 troy ounce. Troy ounces, that's the measurement used to measure physical silver. Okay, so they're silver bars or silver rounds, bars in the shape of a bar, rounds in the shape of a coin. Now, a lot of people prefer to purchase generic private mint silver bars. It's just a bar. It's easy to put in a box and stack them and purchase them, in 1-ounce increments. So it's easy to increase one's position in physical silver over time. And also, it's a private mint bar like this is a lot less over spot than government mint. As you can see, these generic fine silver bars, our choice. It could be any private mint. They're selling them, and actually they're out of stock currently, but $43.13 per 1 ounce bar. As you can see, silver spot price is currently $41.74. So just to give you a quick idea, and I'm horrible with math, 43.13 minus the spot price of silver is $1.39. So, wow, that's $1.39 over spot. That's not bad. Okay, now as a comparison here, let's look at one of the government mint rounds. These are manufactured by the Royal Canadian Mint. Canadian gold maple leafs are among the most popular. I'm sorry, let's go to silver first. Canadian silver maple leafs are among the most popular government issued round. As you can see, it's $45.73 for 1 troy ounce coin. So let's take that and subtract the spot price of silver, 41.76. And as you can see here, there's significantly greater premium, $3.97 over spot to go with the government round. And that's just this government round. And I use a Canadian silver maple leaf as an example because it's typically the least expensive and most readily available government 1 ounce silver round. So whether or not you choose to purchase private mint bars or government rounds is up to you. Personally, I started out with bars, and I sold a lot of the bars because I feel that for the long haul that a government round is probably better. Why is it better? Well, spending those few extra dollars now, which, you know, from a long-term perspective, a few dollars now is going to amount to nothing then. So I feel that now, spending a few dollars extra per ounce just to get the government round is worth it. And the reason it's worth it is that in the future, buyers will probably feel more comfortable purchasing a government round from a private party than they would purchasing a private mint bar or round from a private party. And it's just having the assurance that, you know, the government said this is, you know, 1 ounce of 0.9999 fine silver. So the government is backing the silver content in that coin or round, or a coin or bar, I'm sorry. So, other coins that I would recommend for silver, I would recommend the Perth Mint, which is in Australia. These kookaburras, and they've also got other designs. They've got koalas and some other animals and stuff. But what's cool about these is that these come individually wrapped in a plastic case straight from the mint. So they were shipped from the mint in a plastic case, haven't been touched, and it just makes it great for storage. So I would recommend Canadian maple leaves, Australian Perth mint rounds, you know, whether it be kookaburra or koala or their special lunar series, which there'll be a little bit more over spot for those because it's a limited release. But that's it for silver. So I would stick with Australian Perth mint, Canadian Royal Canadian Mint, and then also if you're willing to spend significant amount more over spot, these Chinese silver pandas are really neat. I've purchased a few of them as well. I like the fact that they also arrive in their own plastic case from the mint in China, and they're just a really neat looking coin. Of course, you know, when it comes to bullion collecting, how cool a coin looks doesn't really matter because you're purchasing it for the silver content. But also, you know, it might be nice to be able to sell and appeal to coin collectors in the future as well. I mean, maybe there's people that, you know, would pay a significant amount extra over spot in the future because it is a Chinese silver panda and they like the way the coin looks. But whatever the case may be, that's my thoughts regarding silver. Now let's move on to gold. Gold is a completely different animal, and I'm going to use Canadian gold maple leaves as an example. All the other mints have their gold pieces as well, but gold's different from the standpoint that gold spot price per ounce is significantly higher. It's currently about $1,473.20, which is, you know, quite expensive. when you compare that to silver, which is currently $41.74. So a popular way to add gold, and personally, I would recommend throwing some gold in the mix, but right now I'd probably primarily go silver, and I would go silver primarily, not just because it's less expensive per ounce, but I would go silver primarily because of its industrial purposes, whereas gold is primarily used for wearable art. Silver is used for both wearable art and industrial use, and silver is getting burned up every day. I mean, once it's gone, it's gone. So industry soon will likely begin stockpiling the silver, that, you know, buying a surplus of silver rather, to enable them to continue operations for the next few years. And when that starts to happen, you're going to see silver prices go through the roof. But anyway, back to gold. Gold is able to be bought in fractional rounds here, and as you can see, a 1/10 ounce round, which I've enjoyed doing those because they're about the size of a dime. They're easy to store, and it's a great way to to slowly add gold to your precious metals portfolio. And these are great rounds. Of course, the Chinese gold pandas are also great, and the Australian Perth mint rounds are great. One thing I would strongly advise for both silver and gold is to stay away from the larger than 1 ounce bars or rounds. And the reason that that's important is that in the future, when gold and silver reach astronomical levels, price levels per ounce, it'll be a lot easier to sell something that's either a fractional ounce or an ounce than it would be to, say, sell a kilo or a 100 ounce bar. Because you're really, with those larger bars and rounds, you're really going to limit your potential customer base. So it's great to have small quantities to sell, to have the ability to sell to a larger customer base. Anyway, those are my thoughts, and again, I'm not an expert, and I don't, my intentions are not to recommend buying or selling precious metals or any other financial security for that matter. I just wanted to share what I've learned throughout the past few years with everyone else, and I hope you liked the video, and have a good one.